I have a question for you. What do you call a person who talks a lot? In one word. If you don't know the answer, then don't worry, because you will get to know in a while. And in today's video, I have 15 such questions for you. You can answer them, try to answer them. If you don't know, then don't worry, I have also answered them. You will get to know. That way, you will learn 15 new words. And after watching this video, please let me know in the comment section how many answers or words you knew already and how many words you learned today after watching this video. So let's start. First question is, what do you call a person who likes to be alone or spend time with a few close people? Basically, people who like to stay alone, or when they talk, they like to talk to people who they are very comfortable with, either their family members or friends or close people. We call such person introvert. Now second question, opposite of that, someone who loves being around people and enjoys talking and socializing. You might have seen some people, when they enter to any place, they get comfortable easily around people and they start talking to them very comfortably. So we call such person extrovert. Now third is mix of both. A person who enjoys social time and their alone time also. Most of us belong to that category. Sometimes we like to stay alone, and sometimes when we go out and we connect with people, we feel happy and energized. So we call such person ambivert. So till now you learned 3 words: introvert, extrovert and ambivert. So you have to tell me which one you are, introvert or extrovert or ambivert. Now let's move to the next set of questions. Fourth is, what would you call a person who believes in God? Basically, people who are religious or they like to visit religious places. What would you call them? We call such person theist. Theist. Now next is opposite of that. Someone who doesn't believe in God. So what would you call such person who doesn't believe in God? We call them atheist. Atheist. Now sixth is, what would you call a person who is doubtful about existence of God? It's not about either believe in God or not. They are confused, they are doubtful, they question if God exists or not. So what do we call such person? We call them agnostic. Agnostic. So you learned 3 words again: theist, atheist and agnostic. Now you have to tell me which one you are, theist or atheist or agnostic. Now let's move to the next set of questions. What would you call a person who speaks 2 languages fluently? Whether they can speak their native language or English or native language or Hindi, any 2 languages. We call them bilingual. Bilingual. Now next is a person who speaks 3 languages fluently. It can be their native language or Hindi or English or any other 3 languages. We call such people trilingual. Trilingual. Now next is, what do you call a person who speaks multiple languages? We know some people are very excited to learn new languages. They love it. We call such person multilingual, or there is a new word, polyglot. Polyglot. So again you learned 4 words here: bilingual, trilingual, multilingual or polyglot. So you have to tell me again which one you are. Now next question is, what do you call a person who talks a lot? Very first question I asked. We call such person talkative or chatterbox. Talkative is quite formal and chatterbox is bit informal. So you can call your friend or yourself, if you like to talk a lot, chatterbox. In general, you can call talkative. Now next is quite opposite. a person who doesn't talk much, or they like to keep their thoughts to themselves. If you ask them, how are you, or something, they are like, okay, I'm good. They don't share much. They like to keep their thoughts to themselves. So we call such person, so we can call them reserved or quiet. And again, you learned 4 words: talkative or chatterbox, reserved or quiet. So you have to tell me, how do you define yourself? Now next is, what do you call a person who loves to read or collect books? I am one of them. Wherever I go, I like to collect a lot of books, whether I read or not. Mostly I read, but I love it. So we call such person bibliophile. Bibliophile. If you are also like this, then you can call yourself bibliophile. Now next is, what do you call a person who likes to donate money to help others? We call such person philanthropist. Philanthropist. Now you have to tell me, according to you, who is the biggest philanthropist in our country? Now let's move to the next question. Now second last question. What do you call a person who helps others without expecting anything in return? A person who helps others without expecting anything in return. We call such person altruist. Altruist. Now last one is a person who moves to another country to live. Someone who can come to our country and start living here because of work, or maybe they get settled down here. So we call such person immigrant. Immigrant. So these were 15 questions and answers from my side. Now you have to tell me how many words you knew already and how many words you learned today. And thank you so much for watching this video till the end.